Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. In the world of coin collecting, there are tales that spark curiosity, stories that make collectors' hearts race, and then there are legends, like the story of the 2001 Elizabeth II one-penny coin. It may seem small and unassuming at first glance, yet this humble copper-plated steel disc carries a tale of mystery, royal legacy, and extraordinary value that has stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. Today, we unravel the journey of this iconic British coin and reveal why it has captured the fascination of the world, making headlines for its jaw-dropping valuation of $80 million. It begins in the early years of the 21st century, a time when the United Kingdom was transitioning through rapid modernization, yet holding tightly to its deep-rooted traditions. In 2001, Queen Elizabeth II had already reigned for nearly half a century, embodying a symbol of stability and continuity for the British people. The Royal Mint, ever committed to honoring the monarchy and the nation's cultural heritage, continued producing coins that carried more than monetary value, they bore history itself. Among the many coins minted that year was the one penny, a denomination often overlooked, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But not this one. This one was different. The 2001 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, at its core, is a remarkable blend of design precision, regal symbolism, and subtle rarity. It weighs just 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters. Its composition? Copper-plated steel, a shift that had occurred only a few years prior when the Royal Mint decided to move away from bronze for cost efficiency. But while the material had changed, the soul of the coin remained very much intact. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a portrait crafted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials IRB sit subtly beneath the neckline. This portrait was widely praised for its realism and maturity, showcasing Her Majesty with grace and dignity. The reverse of the coin features the badge of the Palace of Westminster, commonly known as the portcullis, a heavy gate traditionally associated with British Parliament and government authority. Atop the gate, a royal crown rests with elegance. Encircling the emblem is the denomination one penny, and at the bottom, the word 2001 anchors the coin in its rightful place in time. For many, this was just another penny, worth a mere fraction of a pound. But fate had other plans for a select few of these coins. Now, here's where things take a fascinating turn. While the Royal Mint produced millions of one-penny coins in 2001, a microscopic batch, perhaps only a handful, was struck under extraordinary circumstances. It's believed that a rare minting error, combined with a unique distribution channel, led to the creation of a variant so rare, so unlike its counterparts, that its value skyrocketed over time. These rare pennies somehow avoided circulation. They weren't given out in grocery change or found in the depths of couch cushions. They were quietly collected, stored, and forgotten, until one was rediscovered in a private estate in northern England in pristine, uncirculated condition. This discovery ignited a wave of speculation and frenzy among collectors. Could it be that this ordinary-looking coin was a once-in-a-lifetime treasure? The coin was sent for expert analysis, and what they found left them stunned. Not only did this particular coin have flawless detail and sharp edges, suggesting it was one of the first struck by a fresh die, but it also bore subtle die alignment variations and microscopic inconsistencies in metal composition. These deviations, invisible to the untrained eye, marked the coin as an anomaly, a specimen likely struck during a transitional production phase or perhaps an experimental test strike that was never meant to see the light of day. The authentication report sealed its fate. This was no ordinary coin. Its condition, combined with the rare error and limited existence, made it a unicorn in the numismatic world. Within weeks, collectors from around the globe began placing staggering offers. First 1 million. Then 5. Then 10. By the time the coin was brought to auction, it had become the most sought-after British coin of its generation. Bidding was fierce, and when the final gavel struck, the 1-penny coin had been sold for a mind-blowing $80 million, forever etching its name into the record books as one of the most valuable coins ever sold. But why would anyone pay such an enormous amount for a coin that, at face value, could buy nothing more than a paper clip? The answer lies in a blend of history, scarcity, and symbolic power. Coins are time capsules. They are monuments in miniature, reflecting the values, rulers, and events of their era. This 2001 Elizabeth II penny is not just metal, it's monarchy, legacy, and mystery all rolled into one. Its allure lies in what it represents: the end of one era and the quiet anticipation of another. Queen Elizabeth II's long and revered reign was approaching its final decades, and to possess a coin minted during her golden years is to hold a tangible piece of history in your hand. Moreover, for collectors, rarity is the holy grail. The knowledge that there may only be one, or at most, a few, of these coins in existence turns it into something beyond a collectible. It becomes art, investment, and national heritage all in one. Museums clamored for it. Private investors viewed it as a trophy asset. Even heads of state reportedly showed interest, not only for its monetary worth but for its historical weight. The story of the 2001 1-penny coin also reignited global interest in British coinage. People everywhere began checking their change, scouring old jars and drawers in the hopes that they too might stumble upon a forgotten gem. Coin forums buzzed with speculation, and the Royal Mint itself issued a cautious statement urging the public to be wary of counterfeits while celebrating the global enthusiasm for British numismatics. The coin had become more than a relic, it was now a cultural phenomenon. But let's not forget the emotional pull of this coin. For many Brits, the penny has long been part of their everyday lives, a token of childhood piggy banks, of grandparents handing out shiny coins as treats, of savings and simple pleasures. To see such a familiar object transcend into the realm of multi-million-dollar artifacts was both surreal and nostalgic. It made people reflect on how something so small, so humble, can carry stories that span continents and generations. Today, the legendary 2001 1-penny sits securely in a private collection, occasionally loaned out to exhibitions under tight security. When displayed, it draws crowds larger than some entire museums. People travel across countries just to glimpse it, to feel the aura of a coin that defies logic and defines destiny. Security guards flank the display. Cameras blink constantly. And behind glass, bathed in gentle light, the penny sits, a silent witness to a world that never saw it coming. Today, we're going to dive deep into the world of one such coin, the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent from 1982, a coin that not only represents its era but has also grown to become one of the most fascinating and sought-after pieces among coin collectors worldwide. By the end of this journey, you will understand why this little coin carries a value of $37,000 in today's market and why collectors go to such great lengths to find and preserve it. The year 1982 was a significant one in many ways. It was a year when the world was shifting through economic challenges, political changes, and technological growth. For coinage, it was also a time of transition and experimentation. In the United Kingdom, coin design and minting carried a symbolic meaning, often bridging tradition with modern identity. The Liberty 1-cent coin struck in 1982 is no exception. It is far more than just a unit of currency, it is a snapshot of a moment in time, an emblem of artistry, and a reflection of both national pride and economic necessity. To understand why this coin is so rare and valuable today, we must first appreciate the backdrop in which it was created. Coins have always been storytellers of their nations. On one side, you see the iconic designs that represent heritage, monarchy, and cultural identity, while on the other side, intricate engravings remind us of liberty, unity, and the timeless values people hold dear. The Liberty 1-cent 1982 is a coin that perfectly balances those elements. Its design was simple yet profound. Imagine a coin that shines with a copper tone, small in size but large in meaning, carrying the symbol of liberty, something not commonly seen in United Kingdom coinage but blended here as a way of embracing both tradition and the universal theme of freedom. For collectors, this unique combination of design elements makes the coin stand out among its contemporaries. Minting in 1982 also came with challenges. This was the time when changes in metal composition were being considered globally because of rising material costs. Many nations were experimenting with alternatives, testing different alloys to create durable yet affordable coinage. This context makes the 1982 Liberty 1-cent even more intriguing. It was struck with care, precision, and purpose, and though millions of coins circulated at the time, only a small portion carried the distinct features that collectors now chase. Some coins were minted with sharp strikes, immaculate details, and perfect finishes, while others bore subtle differences in weight, tone, or die variations, small differences that today mean everything to the collector's eye. It is these variations that elevate certain 1982 Liberty 1-cent coins into rare categories, making them highly desirable pieces at auctions. Collectors know that rarity is not just about how many were made, but how many survived in pristine condition. Think about it, a coin minted over 40 years ago has traveled through countless hands, pockets, and drawers. It has been spent, saved, forgotten, and rediscovered. Most coins from that era show signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration, which is natural for circulated currency. But to find a 1982 Liberty 1-cent that has remained nearly untouched, glowing with its original brilliance, is like discovering a hidden gem. That is exactly what makes the high-grade surviving examples so valuable today. Condition is everything, and when rarity meets preservation, the result is extraordinary value. But what about the story behind the coin's design? The Liberty 1-cent 1982 embodies an interesting fusion of styles. Liberty, as a figure, represents more than just freedom, it symbolizes enlightenment, progress, and resilience. The designers of the coin captured this essence beautifully, etching fine details that collectors still admire today. The face of the coin bears the iconic British elements, while the reverse proudly displays liberty, an unusual but striking choice. This duality makes the coin a conversation piece, a collectible that bridges different traditions and sparks intrigue in anyone who studies it closely. Every line, every curve, every detail on this coin speaks of craftsmanship at its finest. Over the decades, stories have circulated among collectors about rare finds of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent turning up in surprising places. Imagine someone cleaning out an attic or sorting through an old collection of coins and suddenly stumbling upon this gem, unaware of the fortune it holds. For some, this has been a life-changing discovery. Auction houses and coin dealers have witnessed bidding wars over this coin, with collectors willing to pay astonishing amounts just to secure it. It has become a status piece among numismatists, a coin that signals not just wealth but also deep appreciation for history and artistry. The thrill of coin collecting lies not only in ownership but in the chase. The 1982 Liberty 1-cent is a coin that ignites that thrill in full. Its rarity, its unique design, and its place in the timeline of coinage make it irresistible. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone new to the hobby, learning about this coin offers both education and inspiration. It shows us how something seemingly ordinary can carry extraordinary value when seen through the lens of history and preservation. Now, let's talk about value. Coins like this do not just randomly climb to high prices. Their value is determined by a mix of rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. The Liberty 1 cent from 1982 checks all these boxes. It is rare, especially in uncirculated or proof-like condition. It is historically significant, representing both an experimental era in minting and a design that breaks convention. It is in demand, with collectors from across the globe eager to add it to their collections. And when all of these factors combine, the value skyrockets. Today, the coin has been appraised at an astonishing $37,000, a price that reflects not just the worth of the metal but the weight of history, rarity, and desirability behind it. Think about that for a moment. A coin once worth just a cent has now grown in value to $37,000. That is the magic of numismatics. It shows us how time, preservation, and passion can transform something small into something priceless. For collectors, this coin is not just about money, it is about owning a piece of history, a token that connects them to 1982, to the artistry of its design, and to the legacy it has carried for decades. So the next time you come across an old coin, whether tucked away in a drawer or handed to you in change, take a closer look. You never know what stories it might hold or what treasures it might reveal. The United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent 1982 is living proof that even the smallest coin can carry the greatest value. With its remarkable design, fascinating history, and incredible rarity, it has rightfully earned its place as one of the most desirable coins among collectors. And today, its value shines bright at $37,000, a legacy far beyond its humble beginnings. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin from 1971 is one such piece, a copper-plated treasure whose humble face hides a tale of innovation, tradition, and unexpected fortune. Today, we embark on a journey into the past, exploring the origins, design, significance, and ultimate worth of this fascinating coin. Picture this: it's the early 1970s in Britain. The nation is buzzing with anticipation, for a monumental change is on the horizon: decimalization. For centuries, the British monetary system had been based on pounds, shillings, and pence, a complicated structure that baffled tourists and tested the patience of schoolchildren. 12 pence to a shilling, 20 shillings to a pound, and a dizzying array of coins. It was a system steeped in history but increasingly impractical in a modernizing world. On February 15, 1971, Decimal Day, Britain officially made the switch to a simpler system: 100 new pence to a pound. The 2-pence coin was born as part of this transformation. It wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of a nation stepping into a new era. At first glance, the 1971 2-pence piece seemed modest, even ordinary. Struck in bronze, its reddish-brown gleam caught the light in shop counters and school lunch queues. Yet in the hands of a careful observer, it told a story of meticulous craftsmanship and national pride. On the obverse side, the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II faced right, her youthful features captured with serene elegance by the talented coin designer Arnold Machin. His portrayal of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, became one of the most recognizable images in British coinage, gracing coins from 1968 to 1984. The reverse side of the 1971 2-pence coin carried its own charm. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it displayed the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plumed trio of ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the feathers ran the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve, a reminder of the centuries-old tradition and connection to the Welsh title. The words new pence curved along the upper edge, a clear distinction for the new decimal coins issued between 1971 and 1981 before 2 pence became the standard inscription, minted in massive quantities to meet the demands of the new currency system. The 1971 2 pence coin quickly became a common sight in pockets, purses, and shop tills. Most people never gave them a second thought. After all, they were worth only a small fraction of a pound, useful mainly for vending machines or as change for a bar of chocolate. But as years passed, something fascinating happened. While billions of these coins were produced, most endured heavy circulation. They became scratched, worn, and tarnished. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition became a rare delight for collectors. To understand why a simple coin from 1971 could be so valuable today, we must delve deeper into the world of coin grading and rarity. A circulated 2 pence coin from 1971 might still be worth only its face value, perhaps a little more to a casual collector. But an uncirculated example, gleaming as it did the day it left the Royal Mint, tells a different story. Such coins are often preserved in protective cases, shielded from scratches and oxidation. They might have been part of a mint set, never used in transactions. Over decades, their scarcity in such pristine condition drives up their desirability and, therefore, their value, yet condition is only part of the equation. Historical significance plays a huge role. The 1971 2 pence wasn't just another coin, it was part of Britain's decimalisation, an event that transformed everyday life. For older generations, it marked the end of an era, for younger ones, the start of something new. Collectors love coins with such stories, because they don't just own a piece of metal, they own a tangible link to a turning point in history. Some coins become even more valuable due to minting errors. While the majority of 1971 2 pence coins were struck flawlessly, a few bear slight anomalies, misaligned dies, double strikes, or faint lettering. To the untrained eye, these imperfections might seem trivial, but in the numismatic market, they can skyrocket a coin's worth. Imagine a coin where the new pence appears slightly shifted, or the Queen's portrait is doubled faintly. Such rarities can command astonishing sums at auctions. The Royal Mint, tasked with producing the nation's coinage, spared no effort in crafting the 1971 series. The transition to decimal currency required careful planning, vast public education campaigns, and the minting of billions of coins in a relatively short span. The 2 pence was a vital component, intended for everyday use yet still embodying the dignity of British coinage. Its bronze composition, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, gave it durability and a warm, reddish hue that many still find nostalgic. Over the years, designs changed. The inscription New Pence eventually gave way to 2 pence in 1982, and in 2008, a completely new reverse design was introduced as part of a unified shield series. But the 1971 issue remains a favorite among collectors, not only for its place in history but for the artistry of its original design. Collectors today seek out the 1971 2 pence coin in the highest grades possible, mint state or proof. These coins, untouched by human hands, often reside in the collections of passionate numismatists who understand their significance. Auctions have seen remarkable sales, with rare high-grade examples fetching prices far beyond what one might expect for a small bronze disc. What drives such enthusiasm? Perhaps it is nostalgia, the memory of first holding one as a child, of buying sweets with a handful of copper coins, of seeing Queen Elizabeth II's youthful profile before the passing of decades. Perhaps it is the thrill of the hunt, finding that one perfect coin among countless worn examples. Or perhaps it is the simple fact that history, beauty, and rarity combine to create something far greater than the sum of its parts. The story of the 1971 2p is also a reflection of Britain itself, a blend of tradition and progress. The obverse speaks of continuity, the enduring monarchy, and the dignified image of a young queen. The reverse speaks of heritage, the connection to the Prince of Wales and centuries-old heraldry. The very existence of the coin speaks of change, a nation embracing a new monetary system to better meet the demands of a modern world. For those outside the world of coin collecting, it may seem unbelievable that such a coin could be worth a small fortune. Yet the numismatic market operates on its own principles. Rarity, demand, condition, and historical importance intersect to create values that often defy casual expectations. What was once just a simple 2p coin, tossed into a child's piggy bank or used to buy a pack of crisps, can now be a treasured artifact commanding an extraordinary price. Today, as we hold the 1971 2p in our hands, or perhaps only in our imagination, we are reminded that value is not always about size or face worth. It is about the journey a coin has taken, the history it carries, and the hands it has passed through. It is about the craft of the engraver, the precision of the mint, and the memories it evokes.